energy for the energy that he brings. Are y'all ready for y'all feature for tonight? I've known about this man like when I first started doing poetry at like 17, 18, and just he's one of the sickest wordsmiths I've ever witnessed in my life. The wordplay, his presence commands a stage. He's the only poet I know that has multiple poet championship belts. Like he fucking in the WWE and some shit. You know what I'm saying? He has championship belts. Some of that shit might be real gold. I don't know. But he earned those belts for a reason. He's one of the hardest working poets that I've ever seen. Shh. And matter of fact, this is how we got to hype up a feature for Voices in Power. I need y'all to do a little. Like I said, one of the hardest working poets I've ever seen, straight out of Baltimore. The wordplay, the presence, the man, the myth. Keep that same energy going for the Black Chakra. Yeah! Yeah!
A railroad gotta get made. A slave with a sledgehammer turned the mountains into pebbles. He imagines that rock is his subjugator, swings until it vacuums into the ground, makes dirt of his devils when the dust settles. He inhales the smoke in hopes it becomes their ashes back ringing. He can feel the vengeance in his lashes. Black men have always been the tool used to build this province. Currency from the Most High, God sent, giving something nickel-plated to take a quarter of your brain when the world don't make sense. Black men make change. We the martyrs on the block. Selling insurrection, intersecting deception. Black hands are portals to prominence, every palm a prince. So why is it so hard for us to grip the whip when we know we can beat the master? Katrina tongue, speak disaster. Jesus comes, we eat the rapture or become Jesus. The rapture eats us. You don't get the correlation? Every day is revelation when your religion is survival. Our bodies are prophecy and stolen property. Every black boy is a Bible, the original. King James walked cavalier through them lakes of heat. King James, an incarceration rate, because they got cars and place to make. So when your cells go empty, your insurance raises rates. Turns you to a vehicle, told you was raised to race. Before you can win the race, they attempt to erase your race. Now we got a license to kill. They gotta watch how they talk to God. Infinite race, can't even fit us in space. They better watch how they park the car. Word to Chris Brown, brothers died when we stomped the yard. We got big will. Monster cars, money falls, the marching starts, honey halls. The sign is clear to the coffin drop. Arms out, halter top. Leave fresh prints on a blacksmith until they feel judge. Carlton's pops. Why we always gotta get liberation the harder way? Silenced and seen is nothing, so our heart is hard to weigh, but we the ones with magic on our chests like Hardaway. We come together like militias. Watch how we all await in hoodies. Soon as we drop the suits, we caught a case. That's if we don't get killed by the pops. Marvin Gaye. I'm just a saved man with a mission to save man, but I'm given the effigy of a made man. But I'm what God made man, recrafted with slave hands, and I can see the writing on the wall. I'm a caveman. When I say black men are weapons, I mean we are made to fight then taken apart by the people who built us, labeled murderers by the people who killed us. The same complex that made you poor sees your fatigue then sends you to war. Our past tends to be let's fucking go. Our past tends to be past tense. Even when our presence is intense or homeless. Intense, homie gone before his 27th season. He ain't lived longer than the Simpsons. So when I say sledgehammer, I mean it's time to make a path with progress and punishment. I mean the only way through the storm is becoming it. When I say sledgehammer, I mean the railroad gotta get made. Pissed off people with past of persecution is how it gets paved. Part slave, part grave, now we out of the chains. We have passed so much we cannot fail. It is time we deliver or be delivered. Are we males or males? Never again are we meant to hang on a cross. So that means we're the ones who'll be banging the nails. How we doing? My book is only $25. But don't worry. I'm willing to work for my money. What the fuck is Elm Street when everywhere you go got a different type of killer trying to put you below? It was Friday the 13th. A cop pulled up in this pristine, eyeing me like I was about to become a Baltimore brains-off massacre. I don't scream. I recognize them as clowns. I know what it is. They see the shining of a black boy as an omen and chew them up in their jaws. Then shots ring where your child's play. The notion of you breathing is a paranormal activity, but ain't this the dead zone? Don't we got a sixth sense that ain't ever hard to follow? When niggas try to erase your head, Sleepy Hollow? I've lost boys from what's done in the shadow. I've seen them tossing in their grave. They're knights of the living dead with misery on their faces like their crackhead fathers. Here, we don't run. We exercise. Demons, hell raisers raised in hell. Open up this box where white supremacy has turned us orphans in this twilight zone where we celebrate Halloween because it's the only time we get to stop being monsters and just be monsters. We need no conjuring, no Ouija boards. We got phantoms. What's a ghost costume? Brothers made stiff, warring over power. That's the ghost costume. The ignorance is malignant. The ignorance is malignant, hideous, insidious. My homeboy dead. That's inner city shit. Seeing him slain on the news drove me psycho. His poltergeist reaching through the television. The coroners become his body snatchers. So many mothers sighed, they become a Suspiria. Tremors from this horror can be felt in the Pacific Rim. Developed cabin fever avoiding these fright nights. The last house I left was surrounded by the evil dead. Children of the corners, cannibals who kill for flesh and blood to cook up. They sell rock like candy, man. They got the hookup, yeah. Their residents evil. This ain't Melrose where gremlins and leprechauns leave shells in your shell toes. Boys who possess toys to the Annabelle tolls. In high school, I saw the fly die. The drip got logos dripping like goosebumps. Now they buried. How much teenage rage do they carry? And me, I'm still Frankenstein the parts of myself that aren't haunted. I see my final destination on this road and it's crazy because I'll become a devil before I'm put under Rosemary's Baby. I'm talking violence in a small town, creatures in a hot spot, shrieking when the Glock pop. You can hear it coming like ch-ch. You know what I did last summer? I buried my dog in a pet cemetery. The hills have eyes, the streets have ears to hear what you're saying. I'm not the only one scarred from living these scary movies. I got brothers and sisters who can weigh in. Make a wrong turn, them strangers gonna get you lifted. Shot in December gonna be a black Christmas. I see specters whenever the fog thickens. Wherever life's supposed to be, this ain't it. My homie caught a stray like Cujo, I know where the pain lives. When my mirror mimic evil, I pray for the damn kids. I see our only way through them, the thing is, it's only in an outer limit, or out our limits, if they live. Right. Nothing new. We've been playing this game our whole lives. Like Uno. A couple of my friends were stacking. Ones and twos, red and blues, depending on their color, they ran out fast, like they father. They never had a shot, so they draw one. They ops draw two. Don't ask what they draw for. This all they known since they were sophomores. If the whole world skips you, you know your place. Can't reverse your situation, so they dose you or your body gets traced. This the hand we was dealt, the fate we took. When the system is the deal, you know the spades get booked. I'm sorry. That's the wrong game. But it always feels like they're trying to put an ace in the hole, and I don't want to follow suit. So I flip the deck. I play my cards right, so maybe I can win. Or live long enough to say that I played. The point of the game is to give the cards away. So I throw them in a pile of pain in which my life amounts. Because if only one can escape, Uno out. All right, can we do a history lesson real quick? Yeah. All right, cool. If you study Roman history, you'll quickly learn one of the worst human beings to ever live was Emperor Caligula. He would feed his enemies their kids, take advantage of your wife in front of you, make his woman march naked in front of his army to show them she was his. He was eventually taken down, but the stories of his horror could never be destroyed. And if Caligula was around today, he'd be a bad boy. He'd probably run a label, teaching young men to wrap themselves in coroner sheets. He would have their shine imprisoned. To sign with him, you'd have to be ready to die. He would put the locks on their talent, get the blacks robbed till the G's wouldn't know the depth of their balance. He would be all about the Benjamins. The more money he'd come across, the more manslaughter we'd see. Anyone with the heart to hit him up would get Hail Marys. He would throw all white parties just to see you bleed, chase and beat his woman in front of you, to show you she was his. He wouldn't think this is evil, just the music biz. I bet you could read the devil on his face. He could make Brooklyn tremble and Harlem shake. If Caligula was around today, he would wear Gucci, defile 100 men, and it would never make your news feed. Singing I'll Be Missing You while he's getting you. Get away with it so long, he'd be mystical. Caligula, he would bomb cars, sodomize your soul if he gets you in his lair. Rip artists off like tickets at a fair. His bullets would Kleenex, leave tissue everywhere. He would turn the world into a place of disaster. He would have the face of the rapture. Sight so vicious it would burn your vision, enough to make Mace look like a pastor. If Caligula was around today, he'd be a rapper with ad-libs of acid. But this is a history lesson. It's just a what if. I'm sure that this person doesn't exist. We would all know if a Caligula was in our midst. All right. I was never afraid that a woman wouldn't love me back, only that she wouldn't love me black. So love me black. Love a history of hate from out my heart. Love on bed sheets so hard they don't become Klansman robes. Kiss me into time travel with lips that loosen the noose from my ancestors' throat. Love the Black Panther in my hand before a gun does. Caress the bullet from out my chest even if they're not there yet. Let's resurrect Martin in our peace. Make Malcolms of our children but never be my ex. Hold my hand like we're running through plantations. Like your name is North Star, we don't make love. We make underground railroads. Only freedom runs between us. Look at me and take me back to Kemet. Remove the Emmet from your womb's waters. Leave untouched daughters. The new middle passage is pregnancy. I'll hold you steady as a lake, have a buoyancy. Hold me longer than slavery and never let me go. And I will read you love letters like it was something I was not allowed to do. Marry me in the name of their gods and the one they stole from us. And I will segregate your hurt from your healing. Nourish you from a fountain that says mine alone. When you think I will leave, I will be as still for you as Rosa, but I will never front. Teach me how to love the chains off your insecurities. Teach me how to love the chains off your vulnerability. And for you, I will be Harriet's gun, Nat Turner's axe, Huey Newton's rifle, and Coretta Scott's Bible. In the moment, my tongue is broken from words unspoken, pick the cotton from my mouth. And if you feel you must leave, I will let you. But not before the civil war between my heart and you walking out that door. So before that happens, I will cure the Confederate rhetoric from my words and only speak in union. Be a starving slave's communion. Just love me black. Love the knee from my neck. Love the cuff from my wrist. Love the struggle from my fist. Love my fight, my plight, my might, my dark, my lights. And I will love you like jazz. I will love you like jazz. I will be the trumpet to keep your arms strong. Hold you for miles on a cold train and worship you like a monk. I will be the Cuba to your Asada. I will Harlem Renaissance your past pains into something beautiful. Just love me back, love me back, love me black, love me black, love me black as you can. Because black love is always a revolution. How much is the book? I know niggas with 3 baby mamas and only 1 barber. know niggas with 3 baby mamas and only 1 barber. Guess we see who didn't make the cut. They line up despair like a beard they can't face too much. Another brother colored with no foundation. I can't make this up. I got homeboys who treat mental issues like hairlines. Make them look good, but never let them go. I know David misses Emily so much, he stopped growing relationships. Can't conceive his Eve would leave or pull from another tree. Bring it up to this day, it bring umbilical pain that make his eyes burn. Felt like he lost his rib, his cheek lost a kiss, so either way his side burned. Black men mustache smiles. We don't clutch frowns. We drain the shame and literally take it in vain when we get cut down. Oh, you suicidal? You don't get that option. You just get to cry when nobody's watching. Hope takes the patience of lot growth. It's hard to form healthy bonds when sorrow will shave you. My cousin got a daughter and depression, so he stay sharp cause who else gonna raise her? Here we know hair like Samson. Stay long, stay strong, and you might stay long, but your hood is alopecia. Can't patch up the past, we the gaps in the grass. Mama say, don't step on her lawn. Translation, we don't make an impact or an imprint in the places we belong. It stays on my head that I've lost waves of my friends. So many of my boys brush with death. I feel like a man alone. I tell myself they straight. They just taking naps as I walk through their catacombs. Some days I stare at my graves like graves. I pray that they're proof I'll stay longer, hoping I inherit the hairline of my father, one that sadness won't push back my genes stronger. I'm just afraid my appointment is next, the way death lines black men up like barbers. And I don't want to fade in a box. I want my accomplishments to be the center of your mind when my widow speaks, because I've seen death right there, and I know it isn't fair, because he was over my brother's body as he was hanging on by your hair. I just want to love my friends. I don't want to touch the end. I've learned how to die from everyone in this color, proof that dying black ain't just for men. So my son tells me he wants to grow locks. Something that will extend. I pretend every hair is hugging itself to hold him here. And he asked me for my advice. And I don't got long hair. But I tell him what I tell everyone in this life: keep growing. Even on the days when it's hard to wake up. Because if your life is just a line, you still have time to shape up. Oh, hold on. Who are you? Oh my God, sorry. Who am I? I must have amnesia. Oh, it's a badge. I'm a cop. I serve, I protect. How could I forget? Back at the academy, we went to the range and they gave us dark-skinned targets to shoot. You know what? They look a lot like you. Like reparations at the bottom of a Why'd I say that? You can trust me. Some of my best guns are black. Me, them, my nightstick, and noose like to have all white midnight parties when I take off this suit. I must have some type of syndrome. Where'd that come from? Hell, brimstone, I'm a good apple. From a rotted tree. Police ends with E because we take the Y out of policy, no? Police brutality happens in isolated incidences. The coincidence is it happens every month and will increase if you challenge us. I put so many obituaries on a wall, you'll start to see a calendar. Oh, God. I'm not supposed to operate like this, but of course, niggas do what I want. That's why we're called the force. No. I became an overseer, an officer to save you. I don't see color. You all look dead to me. I'm monster in these memories. You can't convince me I'm some demon who wants to stop you from existing. Stop resisting. You look like welfare and handouts, like a dealer in sheep's clothing. I should let you live to stress these streets when my bullet can close the gap between arrest and rest in peace. You cancer to this damnation. I'll put you in a grave or say I found drugs and make you a slave. I don't plant, I plantation. Gang, the chain gang. Jail's your option. You want bail? Nigga, here's a bale of cotton. Hell is repetition. It's horns on this uniform. We had this conversation before. You don't remember? Your protest becoming a muted movement. Those sirens come on. It's lights, camera, extraction. A documentary on death. Hard hitting. Ahmad ran fast. He ain't have God with them hair trigger. Let something bark and it's woof. He got that dog in him. And your time is coming in due time. Not me. I don't do time. But I do time travel. Master's whip next to the gun, taser, 3 added clips, hands up. I'm aiming forefront until your backdrop. It ain't a game. I get that Call of Duty, all I see is black ops. The marches die down, we start back up. You argue the reason, I'll bring the show back for another season. Reloaded, heads get blown, freeze, stay frozen or else I let it go. Yeah, I'm cold like Frozen, Elsa, let it go. You're in a never-ending movie where the cast gets a casket. This is a TV hit, not evidence. You ain't see the video clear? Here's a better clip. Revolvers revolving this cycle of cycles. You can't defund a rerun. Amnesia is when the mind goes through partial loss. You'll lose everything when you mess with the martial law. You can't beat the reaper when you pay taxes to keep him. I don't got amnesia. You just keep forgetting your fucking place. You had the right to remain complacent. You don't remember your nemesis? I bet you'll remember this. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who am I? I must have amnesia. It's a badge. I'm a cop. I got one more piece for y'all. That cool? I got one more piece for y'all. We good? All right. You said 2. I will try to shove 2. All right. You may live in the ghetto, but the ghetto doesn't have to live in you. So would you know you was alive if you woke up in a coffin? I'm in a casket called Baltimore. I wake up in it often. Raised to speak survival, had to train my tone to soften. Now when I speak, dope fiends stop stuttering. Pigeon wings stop fluttering. I'm grimy yet powerful. I'm guttering. I'm government. Yes, I keep conscious niggas in my covenant. Drug dealers, my other friends. I know niggas who brought the Knicks in like Republicans. I'm just trying to be a saint in a city where sinners shot. Algorithms of the alleys, no gardens, just cinder block. Round here, hellraisers, pin your head, spin the block. At a friend's funeral is how I spent my Easter. No viewing, fentanyl was fucking up his features. Pookie, Black, and Mookie are my homeboy street names, but I can't tell you how them boys got their street fame. The corner is evolution. It started with rock, then came a big bang. I only dabbled in the crooked life, can't do it halfway. Everybody go hard, then they hear a gat spray. Friends catching bullets, yeah, that's a sad day. Brothers want payback in the hood, that's back pay. Only leads to pallbearing, that's more back pain. You gonna pay taxes, they gonna grab heat and tax pay. Murdered on them back street boys, they want it that way. But when the killer is your friend, what does that make you? When you know he not a demon, just God saved you. He alone and can't make a thing go right because it takes 2. Do you not shed a tear when he end up missing? Do you not curse the cops when he get caught with it? Or when they sprinkle crack on that nigga like he hip-hop chicken? We in a war. Spent too many years running from the Lord or looking for drama in a Honda moving on one accord. Them boys starving. The difference between a food desert and an oasis is what your mama can afford, and here I am. Trying not to succumb. I love where I'm from, just not what I'm from. Most days, my reflection is harbor water, blackened from all the slaughter. Seeing niggas turn assassin on corners they saw their daughters. We slaves to the guns and the gavel. Dung, dung, law and order. Your options are shock, trauma, or traumatized. Where your parents need you. My cousin Sean saw a needle when he looked in his mama's eyes. Why he end up covered in her blood? He had innocent. The coroners was dragging his mother like Maleficent. Teenagers turned question marks from rounds trying to riddle them. Whole hood ducking like they trying to do the Little Kim. While my homeboy got locked up at 15, his life story was supposed to fill a Bible. They gave him 3 sentences. Now he a haiku. Ain't nothing poetic about lockdown, but the Baltimore streets is filled with irony. The man who made the no-shoot zone got shot down. Where does that leave us, Jesus? We dying more than Christian martyrs. 300 blacks being kicked in the holes like this is Sparta. My homie Steven tried to get out. Military, how he slid. He joined the army, then caught a bullet to the head. They told him be all he could be, but he ain't want to be dead. This is not a poem. It's my last will and testament to my unborn daughter. So your father was trying to balance his karma. I wear my city as an armor, but you know home is where the hell is. So I'm trying to figure out where the hell is heaven, because I want to be here. I'm going to see you grow. I'm going to be a better man, a living story for as long as I can. So when you hear this, I'm going to be alive to say it, and not just another tale from Murderland. One more. The person who requested an extra poem, you are mandatorily buying a book. That is just fucking facts. Okay, so before I get into this, 3 things I want to say, because I don't do no banter between my poems. I just fucking go, so I get more poetry. 1, I want to say thank you to every poet who touched the fucking stage, because this shit is not easy.
And something I don't often say, I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't. Nigga, you got a responsibility. Voices in Power is one of the biggest platforms of poetry on earth, if not the biggest. That means every time they put one of y'all online, you have an opportunity to raise the level of poetry, to raise the amount of people who are into poetry. Do not take that shit lightly. There is some kid who is scrolling right now, and if you are what they stop on, do you have something that fucking matters? And I just want to say that. The next thing I want to say, I got a poem idea. I want y'all tell me if it's crazy or not. I want to write a diss to NBA Youngboy. I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to get shot, but fuck it. You know, what is being black from Baltimore and not being shot? Like, you feel me? The difference between my poetry career and my rap career is a bullet. Anyway, sorry. Oh yeah, the humor is dark as me. My humor is blacker than Wesley Snipes making out with Whoopi Goldberg in Wakanda. While I'm in the middle of telling y'all some dark humor, so I coach the youth, bro, and I gotta make sure I gotta watch what I say, cause ain't none of my students more childish than me. So I went a whole weekend in California. I ain't say nothing problematic. The woman who runs the competition was like, I want to buy you a drink, and I don't drink. So I said, let me get a Whitney Houston. And they was like, what is that? I said, it's a little bit of Coke and a whole lot of water. So I'm not the youth poetry coach anymore. That's how that story ends. I lost the job. I thought it was funny. I knew it wasn't when the bartender looked at me and was like, I was like, fuck. He gave me the Hank Hill. Oh, Bobby. Poem. Okay, it's time to go. Fuck. What somebody just yelled? Josie, oh, banners that. Bro, talk to me before the event. You want to request. DJ, no request. All right.
The jungle creed says the strong must feed on any prey at hand. And I was branded beast and sat at a feast before I ever was a man. Donald Goins. There are few things more important than feeding your family. There's nothing I won't do to see mine fed. Me and my girlfriend are having one of those arguments about money. She says, I'm always afraid we don't make enough, and we can't sleep if the babies can't eat. And after she said that, I ain't want no beef. I'm either not a man or a vegan if I can't make ends meet, as men you have to give your family options. Can only cook up what a paycheck allows you to. When the little ones can't eat, it devours you. Your seeds need more than seeds. When you ain't got jack, you gotta make magic out of beans, so I went to Giants. It's a safe way to move when you don't got money, because shoppers can't get whole food even when the family's hungry. You can get free food from the pantry, but that stuff people either don't want or can't eat, so the kids get mad like, Dad, is this all that you have for us? And I feel like Trump. My cabinet sucks. Either way. And the kids get mad like, Dad, is this all that you have for us? Then I feel like Trump. My cabinet sucks. Even when I try my hardest, I can't buy junk food and not feel like garbage. Now, I'm trying to substitute with ramen noodle soup and chowder. Gets me thinking, maybe I should have taken a bite out of the street life. But even if I was baking powders, I still wouldn't get my flowers. No gold medals. You can't get dough, you ain't bread for bread. Ain't shit sweet, you fall. That's the domino effect. To be transparent, my daughter is the apple of my eye. Layla is the fruit of my love and her mother's labor. I can taste the sour grapes if I make a mistake with her fate now. I'm always a recipe of my next bill and her next meal. Can't be a man who breaks fast and plays chicken with her mother. Brothers, too afraid to make an omelet, still willing to break a couple ovaries. Lame shit. Soon as a woman spreads, they bang quit. Not me. I'm here to sit with mine and I'm thankful, but I know that sitting here means I gotta bring something to the table. I hop in my chair like a throne and it's humbling. With jobs, they ain't always my flavor, cause my coloring. When these Cracker Barrels serve me bias ain't with the hassle. You got the complexion of a Burger King, you can't work for no White Castle. So even fast food means slow funds. It's hard having people to feed when poverty has consumed you and you're a consumer. When your kids want chips, but all you've got is the one on your shoulder. When you've gotten older, the wind's gotten colder, your job's gotten over, easy, not paying you what you're worth. I'm a soldier, I gotta stay no matter how much I want to desert. Fighting like the Hunger Games, but these hunger pains hurt. Now I'm speeding. Moving so fast you can't tell I'm not eating. The glucose is too close to coming apart, but I'm stubborn. I'll starve if it means my kids got something in the cupboard. Being a father means you carry out solutions, not excuses. It means those Ubers got turned into a Subway. It's worth it to see the soul of my soul filled with sustenance. If you are what you eat, I will gladly feel like nothing. When all I have is for the ones I need to have it all, these are the toils you take. As a parent, these are the pockets you break. And for them to smile about it, so much you. And swallowing that is never a piece of cake. Thank y'all so much. If y'all like, if y'all like what y'all heard, y'all can follow me everywhere but home. Or you do, but you'll change diapers when you get there. I'm at your house, Black Chakra. Good. Take these wipes. Also, y'all love that food poem so much. Don't let these kids go hungry. My books will be in the back, and so will I. Thank y'all so much. I am BLACKCHAKRA88 on Instagram and TikTok, BLACKCHAKRA888. Thank y'all so much. 2 8s.